va effectuer un premier départ officiel dans la Ligue nationale de hockey.
Carey Price was inches away from never making it to the NHL because back in his youth, he was living on a remote reservation where hockey scouts rarely visited. Growing up in Anahim Lake on the Ulkacho First Nation Reservation, Carey had to travel nearly 200 miles just to play organized hockey. His father would drive him for hours across bumpy, icy roads and through harsh Canadian winters just to get to practice. "I never really thought about making it to the NHL," Price once said. "I just wanted to be good enough to play the game I loved. Being from where I was, making it to the big leagues seemed like something that happened to other people." However, thanks to his family's incredible sacrifice and a junior hockey coach who refused to give up on him, the world was able to witness the rise of Carey Price. Price would go on to become one of the most technically sound goaltenders of his generation, a calm and steady presence between the pipes, and one of the most decorated netminders in hockey history. He has been praised for his exceptional positioning, puck-handling skills, and mental toughness, which set him apart in the NHL. During his peak, Price was a wall in front of the net, winning 4 major NHL awards in a single season, a feat no goalie had ever accomplished before. In the 2014-15 season, he led the league with a .933 save percentage, 44 wins, and a 1.96 goals against average, helping Montreal to a division title and playoff berth. His quick reflexes allowed him to make saves that seemed impossible, while his positioning was so precise that he made difficult stops look routine. Price's ability to handle the puck like a regular player gave his team an extra defender on the ice. What truly set Price apart was his unshakable calmness in high-pressure moments, whether it was a playoff, elimination game, or representing Canada on the international stage. Carey Price was born in 1987 in Anahim Lake, British Columbia, on the Ulkacho First Nation Reservation, a remote community with fewer than 1,000 people. His father, Jerry, was a pilot and former goaltender, and his mother, Linda, was the first woman elected chief of the Ulkacho First Nation. The Price family lived a traditional lifestyle, with hunting and fishing as important parts of their daily lives, and their house did not have running water until Carey was 3 years old. "My Indigenous heritage taught me patience and respect," Price has said. "When you're hunting, you learn to wait, to be still, to respect your surroundings. That same patience helped me as a goalie." Price first put on goalie pads at age 9 because his team needed someone in net, and his father built a backyard rink where Carey would practice until his fingers went numb from the cold. By age 10, the drive to Williams Lake for hockey practice became too difficult, so Jerry, who had a pilot's license, bought a small plane and would fly Carey the 200 miles to practice and games. "Some kids take a bus to hockey practice," Price remembered. "I took a plane. That was just normal for us." When Carey Price was a teenager, he began developing the calm demeanor that would define his career. His father, Jerry Price, a former goaltender and pilot, emphasized the importance of composure, telling Carey that a goalie needs to be a rock for his team. That lesson stuck with Price and became a hallmark of his play throughout his career. By age 16, Price joined the Tri-City Americans in the Western Hockey League, over 600 miles from his home in Anahim Lake. Despite being far from his family, Price quickly established himself as a standout, adapting to the faster pace and pressure of major junior hockey. In his second season, he posted 8 shutouts and a .920 save percentage, rare numbers for a teenage goaltender. His poise and consistency caught the attention of NHL scouts. At the 2005 NHL draft, many experts questioned the Canadiens for selecting Price 5th overall, unusually high for a goaltender. "People thought they were crazy to pick me that high," Price remembered. "But I knew all those early morning practices, all those plane rides with my dad, were for this moment. I wasn't going to let anyone down who believed in me." After being drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in 2005, Carey Price faced the biggest challenge of his young career at the 2007 World Junior Championship in Sweden. Price started every game for Team Canada, delivering a perfect 6-0 record and backstopping Canada to its 3rd consecutive gold medal and first on European ice in a decade. His standout moments included a 2-1 shootout victory over the United States in the semifinals, where he made several crucial saves, and a 25 save performance in the gold medal game against Russia, which Canada won 4-2. Price's stellar play earned him the tournament MVP, best goaltender, and a place on the media all-star team. Reflecting on the tournament, Price credited his teammates and the experience of playing behind a strong defensive group. "When we got off to that quick start, Canada led 3-0 after one period. It was a lot easier for me to play. When I'm playing behind a group like that, they just let me play my game. The 2007 World Juniors marked Price's emergence on the international stage, showcasing his composure and skill under immense pressure. When Price arrived in Montreal for his first NHL camp later in 2007, expectations were high. In his rookie NHL season, he quickly impressed, posting a 24-12-3 record with a 2.56 goals against average and a .920 save percentage, numbers that rivaled many veteran goaltenders. During the playoffs, Price helped lead the Canadiens to a first-round victory, becoming the youngest goalie in team history to win a playoff series. After several solid seasons, Price reached superstardom during the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi. As Team Canada's starting goaltender, he delivered one of the most dominant performances in Olympic history, recording shutouts in both the semifinal against the USA and the gold medal game against Sweden, and leading Canada to gold without allowing a single goal in the medal round. Price's calm presence and technical excellence on the international stage cemented his reputation as one of the world's elite goaltenders. He led the league in 2014-15 with 44 wins, a .933 save percentage, and a 1.96 goals against average, numbers that set a new standard for modern goaltending and broke the Montreal Canadiens franchise record for wins in a season. That year, Price swept the NHL's top honors, becoming the first goalie ever to win the Vezina Trophy, Best Goaltender, Hart Trophy, MVP, Ted Lindsay Award, Most Outstanding Player as voted by peers, and Jennings Trophy, fewest goals allowed, all in a single season. His dominance made him the consensus toughest goalie to score against, as recognized by players and analysts across the league. During the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs, Price posted a .919 save percentage and helped carry the Canadiens to the Eastern Conference Finals, coming within 2 wins of reaching the Stanley Cup final for the first time in over 20 years. In 2015, just as Price was at the height of his career, he suffered a significant knee injury, MCL sprain, in November, which ended his season. Despite months of rehabilitation, Price continued to battle injuries in the following years, including further knee issues and other setbacks that required surgery and forced him to adapt his playing style. He relied more on positioning and reading plays rather than pure athleticism, demonstrating his ability to reinvent himself as a goaltender. Despite these challenges in 2021, Price led the underdog Canadiens on a remarkable playoff run to the Stanley Cup final. Playing through pain and requiring regular medical treatment, he posted a .924 save percentage and a 2.28 goals against average in the playoffs, proving his resilience and elite skill even in the face of adversity. After the season, it was revealed that Price required major knee surgery once again. They called him Carey Cool because of his calm demeanor in net, but Price's technical skills were just as impressive as his mental strength. His perfect positioning made difficult saves look routine, while his puck handling was so good that opponents often had to adjust their dump-and-chase strategy when facing Montreal. Beyond his play, Price became known for his humility in a sport where goalies are often the most eccentric players. In the locker room, the soft-spoken Price rarely raised his voice, but when he did speak, teammates listened. This quiet confidence made him a perfect fit for Montreal, a city where goalies face more pressure than anywhere else in hockey. But behind the calm exterior was a man deeply connected to his Indigenous roots. Price became one of the most prominent Indigenous athletes in Canada, a role he embraced through actions as well as words. After winning his 4 major trophies in 2015, Price addressed Indigenous youth directly. "I encourage First Nations youth to be leaders in their communities. Be proud of your heritage and don't be discouraged from the improbable." Price backed these words with regular visits to remote reservations, donating equipment and supporting youth hockey programs for kids who reminded him of himself. His compassion was evident in moments like the 2019 viral meeting with 11-year-old Anderson Whitehead, who had lost his mother to cancer. Price set aside his equipment and embraced the child, a gesture that showed the world the person behind the goalie mask. From a small plane flying over British Columbia to the bright lights of Montreal's Bell Centre, Carey Price's journey represents something bigger than hockey. He became one of the best goaltenders of his generation and changed what people thought was possible for Indigenous youth. A kid from a reservation with no running water until he was 3 years old went on to win Olympic gold, 4 major NHL trophies in a single season, and the hearts of hockey fans worldwide. His greatest achievement isn't measured in saves or shutouts, but in the generation of Indigenous children who now believe they too can reach the highest levels of sport. The same patience and resilience that Price learned hunting with his father on the reservation became the foundation for his success in the NHL. When knee injuries threatened to end his career, the lessons from those early morning flights through snowstorms gave him the strength to push through pain. Reflecting on his journey, Price has said that the values and lessons from his upbringing were the foundation of his success. The quiet kid from Anahim Lake defied the odds to become one of hockey's all-time great goaltenders, and in doing so, changed what seemed possible for an entire generation of Indigenous youth. Thanks for watching this story of perseverance, cultural pride, and extraordinary talent. Carey Price's journey from reservation to NHL greatness reminds us that our beginnings don't define our limits. They give us the strength to overcome them. If this story of beating impossible odds inspired you, please like and subscribe as we work toward 10,000 subscribers. Every like and subscription brings us closer to our goal and lets us continue sharing these powerful journeys that remind us what the human spirit can achieve.